Optimum video and then make a break?
I've spent the last 2 years making my dream gaming mouse. It started as a rough idea with some basic shapes, and now has evolved into something that I never thought was possible. A fully assembled, complete product.
Wait, YouTuber mouse slop he's trying to sell to you guys, you think? Yeah, but I fuck with him. Oh man, I fuck with him, guys. Nah, you think he's actually doing that? No way. Nah, is this a... Wait, am I watching a sponsor? Hold on a second, Oh, it is. Shit. I mean, I'll buy it and test it.
It is finally complete.
I'll buy it right now and test it. Hold on. Is it sold out? Sold out, of course. Motherfucker. I mean, that's cool for him, though. I mean, that's good for him, dude. That's actually probably fun as fuck. You just sit there and make mouses now for all the orders. He has all the printers. Nah, this guy's owning life. Holy fuck, this guy's owning. Like, he has a good quality printer, so it's like...
Zero Mouse Blade. Let's just go ahead and
I fuck with him. I fuck with him, chat.
Final product, of course, starting with the weight. So out of the box, should land somewhere between 21 and 22
Would I use that
grams.
though?
That's with a coating on the shell, screws
I don't know.
installed, full-size battery.
I need comfort.
And dot skates on the bottom. I've said a couple of times I can get this thing lighter if I really tried. Smaller battery, smaller contact points on the shell. Could probably get this down closer to around 16, 17 grams. But
you know there's people out there who would buy it though. You know what I'm saying?
Necessarily make it a
Wait, Final Mouse? You got a Final Mouse battery or some shit?
Mouse to use. I think that's very important to note because this whole journey for the Zero Mouse has been about just weight reduction, getting this thing as light as possible.
You spill your mouse on the thing, it's over. Who's spilling mouse drinks on their mouse? Look at my mouse. Okay? Look at mine. You like the color though? Nice, right? It's a good mouse. It's actually a sick mouse. I highly recommend this mouse. Highly recommend. Very good company. WL Mouse it is called. I should get sponsored. I'll hit my guy up. WL Mouse. It's very good. Like it. Other mouse I have this one here. Late gen of the late, you know, it's the Final Mouses, but this one is, oh yeah, it's a late one. But this one is, yeah, yeah. But the Final Mouse with that orange rope, you know what I'm talking about? The OG one of the OG ones is 10 times better than all of them. Like that was the best one. But or fucking wire. But this is my favorite mouse to date. The WL mouse. The WL mouse. Final Mouse always sells out. It's a scam. And I shouldn't say that out loud. Because then I'm gonna get fucking blackballed and stabbed. I'm kidding. But you know, they just get orders. All they do is make hype saying we have the best mouse. Everyone buys it. It's like, oh fuck, we just got the paycheck came in. Time to make them. Oh yeah, it might take us fucking months. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But it's like, we got the mouse. You got the money? Come and get it. Oh, we shipped out of fucking 1,000. No, there's not even 1,000. There's not even 20, probably. There's no 20. It's just one guy making a website. And then boom. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. Because I remember I bought mine and I had to wait a fucking year. You know what I'm saying? And I was angry. But that's all they do. Final Mouse is very good at capitalizing hype. Capitalize hype and then sell it. You know what I'm saying? Shit talking sponsor. Dude, I'm not.
You know, along the way, you realize you don't want to sacrifice.
I mean, technically, this guy could be doing the same thing though, right? Sold out. Did you think he made all the mouses before he sold it? Are all the people gonna get a mouse instantly? Probably has to print them all and do that. You know what I mean? So technically, he could be doing the same thing.
Things like the stiffness of the shell, for example, and also the grippiness. Now, it's not just all about the weight. The shape is incredibly important as well. So this has been a big focus for the Zero Mouse. It's not
keyboard
often
is
talked
this.
about when it comes to ultra lightweight mice. It's
Wu-Ting.
just typically all
Too
about
heavy.
the numbers. But yeah, the shape is very, very important. So we have a balanced set of grip points, which forms like a nice even triangle across the center, and it's just a really
mouse?
even pressure across the base of the mouse. You'll also notice that every point of contact on...
Wait! I feel like I would like that. It's a mouse for people who do the wrists more, right? It's a wrist aimer mouse.
The Zero Mouse is concaved, so that improves the amount of surface area that's captured by your fingertips.
If you grab your mouse and try to do it that way, you know what I'm saying? Do the movement like claw specifically, it doesn't feel correct. But if your thing is meant for a grip that way, and you could do that's kind of cool.
Is concaved, so that improves the amount of surface area that's captured by your fingertips. I could go on about how this improves control, but yeah, you really feel the difference compared to more round, bubble-shaped mice. Another small detail
I feel like
which
that's
makes
kind
a
of
big difference
meta.
are the main triggers. So they're sloped on an angle, so upwards towards your index finger. The reason that this is done is because your
That's kind of sick. Am I tripping? I understand the selling point. That is smart. Wait, he cooked. He cooked.
wrist is naturally rotated as you're sitting at your desk. You don't have it like flat like this. It kind of internally rotates your shoulder.
No,
I mean, just
that's
kind of a
actually
weird detail.
smart.
If you see ergonomic mice like the Zowie EC series or the Razer Death Adder mice, for example, they
I don't know
have
if it'll be
these slope
good, but that's
triggers
actually
as well.
so
I want
smart
to kind of
because
capture
the
that
way
feeling.
everyone uses their mouse is not even meant like wrist aimers. It's not optimized for that. You'll slip sometimes.
With the Zero Mouse, and it was a worthwhile change. Now, one of the trademark features of the Zero Mouse is the reverse trigger design, and I'm going to explain why this is kind of the meta when it comes to fingertip grip mice. So with a normal mouse, you've got the triggers attaching as a lever from usually the middle of the mouse, and towards the front, they're really light, at least on most mice, maybe not the super light too, and then towards the back, they're usually really stiff. And it's kind of unfortunate because if you're fingertip gripping, usually holding the mouse towards the back here, you end up with a really stiff feeling.
That's the most
click. So with the Zero
R-word
Mouse,
shit I've
it's
ever
kind of
seen.
the opposite. The further back you click, the lighter
For real?
the clicks are.
What games
And
do you
so,
play?
Fingertip grip.
If you're an arm aimer, this probably makes no sense for you. If you're a low sense arm gamer, this makes no sense.
On the Zero Mouse, you still get those really light clicks, where on most mice,
Lol.
it's actually a really stiff feeling. And then finally, there's the coating for the shell. So it's a UV resistant, ultra matte coating, which feels really, really grippy. I'm really interested to hear what people think about this. Of course, coating is really important for a fingertip grip where you have minimal contact with the shell. It's a pretty thin coating, adds about half a gram of weight, but yeah, definitely makes up for it in the amount of extra
Yeah,
control.
I feel like he would have cooked here if he put a bump up here. Because when I use my mouse, I like to let my mouse lay on it like that. That doesn't look like that could work. I feel like he could have put a bump up and still did a half design. You know what I'm saying? You could have kept this. The bottom of the mouse isn't even needed, right? Like this part right here isn't even needed when you really think about it. I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Control that you feel. Now, the first question I usually get when people see this is, dude, how are you meant to hold this and play games with it? It looks like the weirdest, most uncomfortable mouse in the world. So this is a fingertip grip optimized mouse. I believe the guys at Zorn Koenig were the first to do this, but
Oh, so he's not the meta. I mean, that could go crazy too. I want to try these. Oh, that sounds cool too. Like, I do want to try that so you could do...
basically,
'cause I am a wrist
the only
aimer.
contact is with your fingertips.
Dude, that could be
it
the new
feels
meta.
a lot better than you might think if you've never tried playing like this before. Compared to other grip styles where you rest your palm on the mouse, with fingertip, you have more mobility and fingertip control. So things like micro adjustments and
Oh my god, yeah, it's thumb tip, right? Is it fingertip or thumbs though? Like, I feel like with the hatch, your thumb does everything. With this mouse, oh my god.
recoil control now don't require
It's
you
not like I'm
move
trying to
your
sell it,
arm
but
at
dude,
all.
I'm telling
I'm not
you,
going to say it's the
I
meta
am
and everyone
interested.
has to play like this, but for me, playing tracking based games where I'm doing a lot of quick and snappy movements, but then also micro adjustments and just kind of aiming up, down, every direction, it's easily what feels the most comfortable and natural. The other benefit with fingertip is that you can use a much lighter mouse than before. It's basically as close as you can get to aiming with an empty hand. Now, this shell design is not possible with common manufacturing methods, not without compromising the weight reduction efforts and shape optimization.
That mouse is $400?
And even then, you need to split it up into
I'll just
around
cut my
4
mouse in
different
half. It makes
pieces.
it 400
At that
bucks?
point, we're removing what makes the Zero Mouse a Zero Mouse. It's always been about optimization. It's about removing every last non-essential gram from the shell. The shell weighs just 8 grams in total and is actually 3D printed all in one single piece. Now, I know many people hear 3D printing and think of it as cheap and low quality, but things are changing. Some of the most expensive machines and products in the world use 3D printed parts. If mass versus stiffness is your goal, then 3D printing is ultimately the best choice. We also now have printers which are extremely rapid and use very advanced materials that can produce hundreds of models per day at a quality that rivals injection molding. So this is the previous Zero Mouse. It's printed in a material called nylon PA12. I would have these printed by another company who would print them for me, order in about 1100, go through them, and then ship them out to my customers. The problem is, when you're ordering that many, you start to notice some problems and inconsistencies. So these are printed in a big powdery cake, essentially. It's like a big block. The problem is that big powdery cake cools unevenly. It cools faster on the edges. So if you have
I've double
prints on
checked.
the outside, they're going to cool and warp compared to
I
the
can
ones
fuck.
on the inside, especially when you're printing thin objects like this. I was also reaching the limit of how advanced and complex I could make my Zero Mouse shell. Sometimes I would add a little feature, a little detail or cutout, and it just would not hold up with this material. It just either wouldn't be there or it would be broken. But the Zero Mouse is now printed on those. These are Formlab's Form 4Ls, basically the most insane resin printers that you can buy without spending like enterprise level money. They are
I beat the scary
insane
game.
machines, especially for production stuff like this, because the workflow is just so amazing. I did a video on this printer a couple months
I fuck with it, bro. I hope his thing.
Hello, I have a development on the